Welcome to Trivia Clips. Think you know the bearded legends of Boogie Rock? This is part one of the ZZ Top True or False Challenge. You have 5 seconds to answer each question. True or false? Let's find out how much you really know about this Texas trio. 1. ZZ Top is a trio formed in Texas. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. The band formed in Houston, Texas in 1969. The classic lineup Billy Gibbons, Dusty Hill, and Frank Beard. They became icons of bluesy rock and Southern attitude. Their music had Texas flavor with global appeal. And yes, Frank Beard is the only one without a beard. 2. All members of ZZ Top wore long beards. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. Ironically, drummer Frank Beard had no beard. Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill wore the iconic long beards. The look became part of their brand. They once turned down a $1 million offer to shave. Their image was just as famous as their sound. 3. Their first album was released in the 70s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. Their self-titled debut came out in 1971. It featured bluesy, gritty tracks and Southern vibes. The album marked the start of their long career. They quickly gained a cult following in Texas. But global fame came a bit later. 4. LaGrange is about a barbecue restaurant. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. The song is about a famous Texas brothel. LaGrange references the chicken ranch near Houston. It became legendary through this track. That gritty riff is one of their most iconic. It helped define Texas blues rock forever. 5. ZZ Top opened for the Rolling Stones. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. In the early 70s, they supported the Stones in Hawaii. It gave them huge exposure to new audiences. The Stones praised ZZ Top's raw energy. It helped push their career to the next level. They later became headliners themselves. 6. Sharp Dressed Man was released in the 80s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. It came out in 1983 on the Eliminator album. The song became an MTV favorite. It mixed blues with synth-driven rock. Their flashy style matched their evolving sound. It was a hit with both old and new fans. 7. Their music videos helped define the MTV era. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Videos like Legs and Gimme All Your Lovin' exploded. They featured hot rods, models, and slick editing. ZZ Top became MTV darlings in the 80s. Their look and humor stood out on screen. They embraced visuals without losing their roots. 8. Billy Gibbons played guitar for Jimi Hendrix. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. Before ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons led a band called the Moving Sidewalks. They opened for Hendrix in the late 60s. Hendrix even praised Gibbons' guitar skills. That experience shaped his blues rock style. It gave him massive credibility early on. 9. The band went on a 10-year hiatus. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They took a short break in the late 70s. It lasted just a couple of years, not 10. They returned with Deguelo in 1979. That album revived their sound and popularity. They've been surprisingly consistent over decades. 10. Dusty Hill passed away in 2021. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. Dusty Hill died in July 2021 at age 72. He asked the band to keep playing without him. Elwood Francis, their longtime tech, took his place. The band honored Dusty by continuing the tour. It marked the end of an era, but not the legacy. End of Part 1. How many did you get right? Stick around because Part 2 gets even deeper into ZZ Top's legacy. Welcome back to Trivia Clips. This is Part 2 of the ZZ Top True or False Challenge. You have 5 seconds to answer each question. Let's keep rockin'. 11. ZZ Top refused to appear without sunglasses. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Their sunglasses were part of their mystique. Rarely did they appear without them, on or off stage. It gave them a cool, mysterious image. Their look was consistent across decades. Even in interviews, shades stayed on. 12. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1994. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. They were inducted in 2004, not 1994. The Rolling Stones' Keith Richards gave the speech. He called them the longest-running same lineup in rock. Their loyalty and sound earned respect across genres. The induction sealed their legendary status. 13. ZZ Top recorded a full blues album late in their career. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. La Futura, 2012, leaned heavily into classic blues. It was produced by Rick Rubin. The album returned to their raw roots. Fans praised the return to grit and groove. It showed they still had fire after 40 years. 14. Their iconic car was a pink Cadillac. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Their famous car was a red 1933 Ford Coupe. It appeared in multiple music videos. Custom hot rods became part of their style. The car became as famous as the band. A pink Cadillac? That's Elvis, not ZZ Top. 15. Frank Beard is the only member who ever had a beard. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Frank Beard, ironically, had the shortest facial hair. Billy and Dusty had long, iconic beards. It was a running joke among fans. Despite his name, Frank stayed mostly clean-shaven. It added to the band's unique humor. 16. ZZ Top appeared in a Back to the Future movie. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They cameoed in Back to the Future Part 3. They played a Western-style version of themselves. The scene took place at a town festival. It was a fun tribute to their timeless vibe. Few bands rocked both past and future like them. 17. They released a fragrance line in the 2000s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. No official ZZ Top cologne ever existed. Though it wouldn't be shocking from such characters, they focused on music, tours, and hot rods. Merch included hats, shirts, and even belt buckles. But no perfume. At least not yet. 18. Billy Gibbons once appeared on a TV sitcom. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. He played himself on Bones as Angela's father. The role added humor and rock star charm. Fans loved his unexpected acting skills. His beard was instantly recognizable on screen. Gibbons proved he could rock Hollywood too. 19. ZZ Top sold more than 50 million albums worldwide. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They sold over 50 million albums across their career. Hits like Eliminator and Tres Hombres led the charge. Their longevity kept the sales steady for decades. Their global fan base stayed loyal through every era. They're one of the top-selling American rock bands. 20th. The band officially disbanded after Dusty Hill's death. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false. Elvis Francis replaced Dusty, per his request. They kept touring in his honor. The band stayed true to Dusty's legacy. Fans supported the continuation out of respect. ZZ Top is still rocking stages today. End of part 2. What was your final score? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more rock and roll trivia challenges.